Man, y'all been showing your boy some love. Man, first off, I want to say thanks a lot. I appreciate y'all, ladies and gentlemen, because there's some ladies up in here too. I appreciate y'all for all your love and all your support in the comments. I love engaging in the comments, and I appreciate the different perspective and the input you all been given on the topic that I put out in my last video, man. I really appreciate you. And I just love the insight. Secondly, I want to talk to, for a brief second, my older subscribers, even though I just had, made this channel this season. But I want you to know, I haven't forgot about you guys. This is not going to be a conspiracy theorist type channel. Let's be honest. This is still a fantasy football channel. That's the primary reason we're here. But let's be honest, it's not fantasy football season. It ain't fantasy football season. So we're going to talk some things that are football related, okay? We're going to get back into 2022 rankings, breakouts, busts, and all that. But bear with your boy, okay? Because we need to talk about things that are football related, okay? I'm going to give you those nuggets, like in making sure you pick Brady and Allen because they're studs. Y'all know that because that's what I showed y'all on my teams. That guess what? I represented those people. And I'm on the only fantasy footballer that actually showed their teams too. That's another reason too. And I'll make sure I put y'all on to Jonathan Taylor. When everybody else was talking crap about Jonathan Taylor, I challenge anybody to find anybody that had Jonathan Taylor as high as number 3 where I had him at. All right? Okay. Now, so we'll get back to you. I just want to let y'all know I ain't forgot about y'all, but let's just enjoy this off season up until and a little bit after the Super Bowl, and we're going to jump right into rankings and what we can expect for 2022. I just wanted to address y'all real quick because I don't want y'all to think, I forgot about y'all. All right. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. It's like, I don't want y'all to think, I don't want to break the news to you all. I don't want to break the news. I want you guys to already been heard about the news. So by the time I talk about it, we can fellowship in the comments and we can spread our viewpoints about it. Because if I hear about it and boom, I make a video, guess what? Many of you guys may not know about it. So you won't be able to offer much. I want to hear what you guys got to say. Y'all see, I'm in the comments. I'm quick. It's a one-man show here. I feel good about it. And to my new subscribers, man, look, this is a bucket list thing for me. I've been wanting to do this since I was 2010, but it just hit me and I said, you know what? Let me give it a shot. And it's feeling good, man. I'm telling you, the love that y'all been giving me is just overwhelming, straight up. So let's get into it. We know what we're about to talk about, right? We're about to talk about Stephen Ross, the owner of the Miami Dolphins, 95% shareholder of the Dolphins. Look, straight up. This is not going to be a racial thing. And also, too, I'm going to let you know that. This isn't going to be a racial thing. It is what it is. Okay? And at the end of the day, Flores or anybody else that want to play this game, you know what game you're playing. Okay? You know who the owners are. You know what time of day it is. You play the game or you don't. All right? Just that simple. So, here's my thing. This only proves... This thing with the owner of the Miami Dolphins only proves my point. Should I say our point? Because if it's happening with him, it's happening with everybody else. The rest of the owners are doing it too. Not necessarily say the teams that are struggling and suck, but the other teams. Let's say the mediocre teams, and put that down. Let's say Denver Broncos, average at best, all right? So they're using it. They basically ushered Von Miller to the Rams. It's kind of like saying, hey, LeBron James, we know you're going to be in the finals, but let me give you this NBA All-Star for the icing on the cake, Listen, let me say this too. I don't want y'all to think that I'm pro Rams or I'm pro Bengals. I'm not pro neither. I'm just a regular schmegular San Francisco 49er fans that sees it from a different scope, that seeing the NFL from a different lens than most fans. Not you guys, but most fans. So I believe in the narrative. I believe in what's pushed. And so far, I haven't been wrong. I'm going to keep it 100. Guess what? When it was 17-7 San Fran, I ain't going to lie. I was like, shit, I got some explaining to do. Because I sat up here and I put this video out, my past video. I put my past video out a day and a half before the game actually, before the game. So I was telling people like, hey, look, I believe that the 49ers will lose and Rams will be triumph for this reason, okay? So, for one, I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, if he just commented. Hopefully he's a subscriber, new subscriber. He said, oh, man, you Kansas City Chiefs and 49ers fans just need to take that L. I'm like, dude, I'm just a fan. I don't influence what they do. And besides, I put the video out beforehand. See, that's the problem. A lot of people, they don't stand on anything. I put the video out to the world, taking my stand. And plus, even in my everyday life, people knew that, look, I expected San Francisco to lose, and told them the reason why. It don't matter if San Fran wasn't there. It don't matter if they wasn't there. It could have been Green Bay Packers. I would have still said Rams were going to win for these reasons, all right? So, man, look, Stephen Ross, man, this dude's a billionaire, okay? These billionaires do billionaire things. They don't do stuff our way, guys. Our way of fun is, oh, let's go on a cruise. Let's take the family on a cruise. Oh, let's go to Dave and Buster's or some crap. That's not their idea of fun. That doesn't entertain nobody when they got $7 billion, okay? So people need to understand that. Hell, they don't even know what the price of a gallon of milk is. Guarantee they don't know, all right? So if he's doing it, and the rest of them are doing shenanigans too, all right? They're playing game against themselves. They're playing against themselves. They're not worrying about our little stupid fandom down here at our level, So that's just how it is. So people like him and people, and granted, they say that he's supposed to be actually facing criminal liability, for up under the Sports Bribery Act. Get out of here. Get out of here, man. Nothing's going to happen to that dude. It's like Robert Kraft. We know Robert Kraft, allegedly, he got popped up on his little situation and saying that, for the little massage thingy and all this type of stuff. What happened? Man, they swept that up under the rug like it was nobody's business. No time. Listen, when you got that type of money, guys, hell, if I had that type of money, I ain't worrying about what those peasants like us say. I got too much money. I can buy whatever I want. You guys listen, if you have billions, you can buy what you want. We know this revolves around money, So they're not worried at their level about our little stuff. Not to get on a political tip, but I don't care if it's Trump or if it's Obama. When I see people like, oh, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. That's the dumbest crap I've ever freaking heard in my life. Has Obama served a freaking day? No. Has Trump served a day? No. They get us all wrapped up and divided and focused on something that don't mean anything. Because at the end of the day, it's the elite's will to have their stuff done. So let's go. Robert Kraft, and it's not about Robert Kraft, it's about Stephen Ross. But at the end of the day, these elites gonna do what they're gonna do. One of my buddies, he's a Miami fan. His name is Greg. I call him Gregory Peck, but that ain't his last name. He asked me about what was going on or my thoughts of it. And I'm like, man, look. He's like, I know you're not pro-management or you're not pro-business and this and that. And I was like, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm pro the lower level. I'm pro the workers. So, but what Flores is, he's a Miami fan. But what Flores is doing is making him look, making him like a baby. This and that. So I'm like, my homeboy Greg, he's a white guy. So he's like, So we was texting back and forth. I'm like, hey, man, far as listen, I'm going to tell you something. I'll be honest with you. I don't believe shit. I'm going to tell you straight up, I don't believe nothing. Far as I'm concerned, this can be all just scripted. Okay? Hell, Flores knew what the hell he was freaking damn doing. Okay? So I'm not in the business sitting up here saying that he don't have an agenda as well. But that he's not in on it. This is about big business, money, and keeping the NFL name in people's mouth. People say, oh, well, why would they do the same thing as last year when they did the same thing as last year when last year didn't have a great Super Bowl ratings? Let me ask you guys this. What happened earlier this year? What happened earlier this year? Like, I don't know, let's say through weeks 1 through 4, or let's say 1 through 5. I'm sure you guys remember, let's be honest. Every single one of those primetime games were off the hook. Even if they were sorry teams, they were off the freaking hook. They were close games. They were close in nature. They were exciting. They had us spoiled for the first month of the season. No, look, let's keep it honest. Last year, the Super Bowl was 31-9. It was 21-6 at halftime, and Mahomes was getting his ass kicked. Okay? So it was 21-6 at halftime, 31-9 at the end of the third, and that's the way it ended up at. So guess what? What happens? Everybody's not sitting up here. Some people watching their stuff from home, like I'd be doing, watching it from home. Okay? So what happens when the average fan knows that the Super Bowl's on? Average fan or actually below average fan watching it's just not a good game. They turn the damn television. So that affects the ratings. So trust me, I don't know if it's going to be a blowout this year or if it's going to be close. I think it'll be close more than anything, but I just think it'll be controlled. So look, at the end of the day, that's what happened last year. It was a blowout, and that's what caused the ratings to drop. So I feel that the NFL won't make that mistake again this year. That's what I feel. And if they do, I have another video. I have like 3 more videos, man, I really want to drop before the Super Bowl. I want to get you guys input and put some things out there. But so I don't want to let the cat out of the bag too early. But listen, the dude say, Coach Flores say, oh, I was offered $100,000 for each game I lost. I don't know if y'all are for that, believe it or not. But I'm sure most of us that are watching this make less than $100,000 a year. I make a little decent money, but I don't make $100K, okay? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, look what people do for clout on the internet for free, just for notoriety. People do a lot of stuff for money, okay? So I always when people are like, oh, no, I wouldn't do that. I have a team to honor and uphold. And also, don't forget, these players are under contract. Am I right? They're under freaking contract. Okay, for those who may not know, I work for the United States Postal Service. All right? But guess what? I can't do things that are in detriment of the United States Postal Service while having on that damn mail carrier uniform. All right? I can't do anything. I can't go out there acting stupid. I can't be putting the post office in a bad light. Or else, Postal Service can have an issue with me. All right. So, having said that, I have to act in a certain type of way. When they sign these contracts, especially when you sign them for tens of millions of dollars, you think they could just go out and run their mouth and shoot these players can shoot their mouth off and be like, something's going on. I don't like this. This is rigged. They can't say that. And let's think about it, guys. If we're making 10 million, 20 million a year, and you're feeding your families, your family's feeding their families, extended family, you have businesses and people taking care. Are you going to risk that because of some foolish pride? No. You're in the contract. When you're in the contract, trust me, and all those paperwork those guys sign, I'm sure there's verbiage in there saying that, hey, guess what? You can't do anything that's detrimental to the standing of the NFL. And if so, we can have your ass. Okay? Let's just be honest. If we had a business and we were paying that amount of people that amount of money, don't you think we'd have provisions in there saying that, hey, listen, if you do this and you violate, we're going to cake mix your ass? Yeah. And it's the same way with them. So that's just the situation. And I'm going to stand by that. It's just that simple. So I believe Flores, but guess what? He decided to play that game. So I don't feel sorry for him. They're going to treat him just like they treated Cap. Flores may not coach again. But trust me, behind the scenes, they're going to pay Flores to go away. And whatever they pay Flores, it's not going to amount to nothing in the grand scheme of things. How that phrase go, any attention, any publicity is good publicity or something like that. I don't know the actual verbiage of it. But guess what? All this leading up to the Super Bowl, I guarantee you the ratings going to be off the hook with the Super Bowl. They already got two offensive teams in there. They got a Cinderella team in the Bengals. They got the team that's been pushed by the league and that bought their way there in the Rams. Not discrediting the Rams, it's still a great team, but let's make no mistake about it. They did go all in, and when you go all in, all your chips are in. So they're trying to cash out. So at the end of the day, that's why I feel, based on the things I said before, there'll be a Rams victory. So, look, man, if Ross is doing it, man, all the rest of these guys are in on it too. They have their ways, and they're making their provisions. And we just have to understand football is what it is. Enjoy the game. I'm glad I see some comments in saying, guess what? That doesn't mean we can't enjoy the game. Enjoy the game for what it's worth. But understand it is what it is, So you got the guy, Chris Greer. He's staying as the GM of the Dolphins. When I see a picture of Greer standing beside Ross, I just like, that's his little petting boy. Here's his little petting boy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right. I don't know why he didn't throw those games like he was supposed to. Getting rid of his ass. And that's what ended up happening. I'm not blaming anybody. People just need to understand what it is. One of my neighbors, he called NFL Fix League. National Fix League. And I laughed because he was like, man, you were right. You were right, Tony. That was my nickname. He don't call me Anthony. He's like, man, you were right. You were right. You called it freaking over a month or so ago. It's like I told you. So, hey, it is what it is, guys. And that don't mean don't watch football. Enjoy it. Let's know what it is. It's kind of like with relationships. I'm not going to turn this into a relationship channel on that. But we know if you go into a relationship and you put your heart on the line with a woman, or if you're a woman and you put your heart on the line with a man, you could be hurt. You could be disappointed. But if you know what time of day it is, I don't want to say you know your enemy, but you understand what the situation is. You know it can be setbacks and you know it can be disappointment. It'll make things a lot easier for you. Vice you thinking, oh my gosh, this is my Prince Charming or this is the woman of my dreams. That's a different avenue, but that maybe went over a lot of these heads. Maybe I shouldn't even mention that. But at the end of the day, we have to understand it for what it is. It's football. It's a business. It's a business. It's a freaking business. And a business is going to do what a business is going to do, what's best for the business. And it boils down to that. All right? Okay? So I think I hit on my little talking points. I get on my little rants and stuff like that. But, man, I was just, going back in the comments and seeing all this stuff. And, my subscribers have been jumping and stuff like that. So I just wanted to let you guys know, I appreciate it. And, again, like I say, these billionaires, man, they do things and like I say, when they don't be like, oh, I want to have fun. They don't, like I say, they don't go to Dave and Buster's or go watch their favorite team play football on a playoff game. No, man, it's like they find a different way of having fun. They have to, everybody ever seen Squid Game? Now, I'm not saying the NFL is like Squid Game, but it's like when you're an elite like that, it's a different type of entertainment. It's a different type of entertainment. So they play amongst themselves and they challenge amongst themselves. That's their fun. They can't mingle amongst us. They're way better than us. Hell, I'm just saying, if you had $7 billion, you're not going to be freaking going to freaking Walt Disney amongst the freaking normal people. You're just not going to deal with that. You're just not going to deal with it. You're going to move different. And that's how billionaires and the elites move. They move different. Enjoy the football season, everybody. I want to know y'all guys' input on the situation. Is it legit? Do you think the accusations against Ross are real? Do you think Ross and other owners are doing this same type of thing? Or you just think Flores is a knuckleheaded crybaby? Or what? I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I want to hear your comments. I want to go back and forth and, and fellowship with you guys in the comments. I appreciate you. Much love. Flawless Fantasy Football. Share the video if you feel need to. Like the video. Thanks a lot, guys. I'm going to see you in a couple of days. Let's make it happen. Flawless Fantasy Football. Peace.